Hi, everybody. This is the Political Woman Podcast. I'm Gloria Moraga, or you could call me Glow. My friends call me Glow. I don't have any friends. Pow! Bam! The nightmare goes on. Top of the nightmare, very beginning of the nightmare, this dude. Yep, there he is. Matt Gaetz, Republican, MAGA, loudmouth, complainer, whiner, nasty man. Trump has nominated him, or said that he's going to nominate him officially, as the Attorney General. And some of the MAGA people are saying, yay, Matt Gaetz, he's going to burn the Department of Justice to the ground. Why does anyone think that that would be a good thing? Here's a wrinkle. Gaetz resigned his seat in Congress immediately. Now, Mike Johnson blah, blah, blah today about how Gaetz did this for the good of the Republican Party because he wanted his seat to be filled sooner rather than later. But there's this. Gaetz had some notoriety because he was investigated by the Department of Justice for allegedly having an affair with a 17-year-old and transporting her across state lines, which, if indicted and found guilty, that would mean a 10-year prison sentence. However, the DOJ closed that case without any charges. But Congress, the House, continued its investigation. That report is coming out, or was due to come out, on Friday, this Friday, like in 2 days. That is why some people are saying he resigned. That is why some people are saying his buddy, Donald Trump, who's been there and done that, is helping him out. When Gaetz resigned, that House investigation ended. But since it was already in progress and since they were ready to release the report, some people want to see it. And the allegations included the sexual misconduct with the 17-year-old and illicit drug use, something that other Congress members have said Gaetz has bragged about. So Gaetz, however you want to say it, he's a bad dude all around. Yeah, so, when Kamala was running against Trump, it was like, well, you have your choice. You have Trump, who's a convicted felon, or you have Kamala Harris, who's a prosecutor. Now, we'd have the best of both worlds. We'd have a convicted felon for president and an alleged sexual misconduct with a minor as our Attorney General. Oh, man. Next, here we go. I don't know what's worse. I don't know. Maybe the Gaetz thing is worse. But this is the dude. You notice they're all white dudes, except we have some white women thrown in here for good measure. This guy, I wish we'd get some easier names. This is Peter Hegseth. He is a Fox News host, and he does happen to be a veteran. We thank him for his service. He served in Iraq and Afghanistan. Does that mean he's qualified to run the Department of Defense? No, it does not. I'm just saying this because I've been a manager, and I've had to manage people. And somebody who's going to manage the Pentagon and manage the Defense Department should have some management skills. This dude is a Fox News host. Yeah, so he'd be in charge of the Pentagon and 1.3 million active duty men and women in the military. Oh, and by the way, he doesn't believe in women in combat. And he definitely does not believe in any woke stuff in the military. He's been very, very specific on that. He is, however, a dedicated supporter of Donald Trump. And Trump said stuff about him. I'm not going to go into it. He has this Hedgeseth guy insulted General Brown, General Charles Brown, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He said that he would most likely ask for his resignation. He's made comments, Hedgeseth has, about Brown, General Brown, that would he have his position if he wasn't black. So he's already gone there on Fox News. Before I go on about Trump's other potential appointments, I'll just show you this. Joe Biden's smile. It's a bright moment in today's news. Take a listen.
Well, Mr. President-elect and former President,
thank you.
Donald, congratulations.
Thank you.
And looking forward to having like we said, smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
Good.
Welcome
Thank you
back.
very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough, and it's in many cases not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much. And a transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Jim.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
Okay, the photo op was very short and sweet. But then Trump and Biden went behind scenes and talked for 2 hours. And Elon Musk, that little worm, wanted to be in the room with him, but he didn't get invited. And apparently he wanted to be invited. So Trump was in Washington today, and he met with President Biden, and then he went to the Hill, or actually the Hill came to him. Hill members went to the hotel where Trump was staying. I think it's the Trump Hilton or whatever. And while we're speaking about the little weasel who Trump called, I can't get him to leave, little Elon. I can't get little Elon to leave Mar-a-Lago. While I'm on little Elon and the man who needs to buy some shirts that fit, he and Vivek Ramaswamy have been appointed by Trump to lead what Trump is going to be calling the Department of Government Efficiency. I love this because Congress actually does have a government oversight committee, so that is kind of Congress's job. But in order to slash the government, Trump is increasing the government by putting these two billionaires in charge of slashing waste, fraud, and abuse. Now, this is going to be odd because, you know, the guy whose shirt won't fit, that dude has billions in government contracts. So is this a conflict of interest? Absolutely. Is he going to be cutting himself? Most likely not. But could he harm others who would want to compete or bid or be some sort of a threat to him in his business? Yes. Yes, he could. Yes, he could. I just want to say at this point, pause for a brief commercial message because I've got to pay these bills. I told you so. This is my commercial message. You guys, you voted for this, and so you're going to get it. But why do our people in the military have to suffer with this Hedgeseth dude? And why do people in the government who most likely are doing good jobs, and yes, is there too much bloat? Absolutely. But Trump could beef up Congress because he's got everyone in Congress allegedly lining up to support him. And he's got both the House, it's official now, and the Senate. And he could do this without getting these two billionaires. But I think he's just trying to throw them a crumb, like he's throwing Matt Gaetz a crumb. These are crumbs because we don't know if they're going to be appointed or not, if they're going to make it. Now, Trump's got this proposal to do some sort of a recess confirmation. There's something in the Constitution that allows the Senate to confirm administration, presidential confirmations while they're on recess, but you got to jump through all these hoops. And already senators are pushing back on that. And we have a new Senate leader, this gentleman.
It's a new day in the United States Senate, and it's a new day in America. The American people have loudly rejected the failed policies of the Biden, Harris, Schumer agenda. And this Republican team is united. We are on one team. We are excited to reclaim the majority and to get to work with our colleagues in the House to enact President Trump's agenda. We have a mandate from the American people, a mandate not only to clean up the mess left by the Biden-Harris-Schumer agenda, but also to deliver on President Trump's priorities. We will make sure that the President and his team have the tools and the support that they need to enforce border security laws and to remove the violent criminals who are wreaking havoc in every one of our states. We will work to make America prosperous again by streamlining the bureaucratic machine and overturning costly Biden-Harris regulations. And we will work to restore American energy dominance. Not just our energy security, but energy dominance, which will lower costs and bolster our national security.
I'll have more on that in another podcast because I want to get to Tulsi. Tulsi, whose aunt says she was raised in a cult, and that's probably what's wrong with her. She has hobnobbed with Russians. She's hobnobbed with the dictator in Syria. She's hobnobbed with the Egyptian president, whose regime has killed and imprisoned thousands of people since he assumed power in a coup in 2014. She's hobnobbed with authoritarian leading Indian Prime Minister Modi, and on and on and on. And guess what? Donald Trump wants Tulsi, who was once a Democrat, who has served in the military, and we thank her for her service. He wants her to be director of national intelligence. Well, why don't we just get all those documents that Trump stole that were in Mar-a-Lago and just give them to the Russians and give them to Tulsi? Have this woman be in charge of our national intelligence? Is he... Well, okay, I'm not going to go there. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, I thought it was bad that the dog killer is going to be Secretary of State. No. Little Marco is Secretary of State. It was one thing, it's bad enough to have the dog killer, the puppy killer. She killed the puppy and she killed the goat to be in charge of Homeland Security. I mean, she's not going to give a damn about any of the immigrants that are legal citizens. But this dude, this Tulsi, I mean, we all better hope that some members of the Senate grow a spine. Now, there was some talk today, from the talking heads on the TV that Trump's just pushing the envelope to see what he can get, that he wants to be, the dictator, and that if he can do some of this, then that means he's getting the green light from Congress to be the dictator. So we shall see. We shall see. I have a million stories to share with you about various things. And I'm going to wrap up for now because I don't want to cram too much into the podcasts. I'm Gloria Moraga, Political Woman. Please subscribe. We are entering the new and dangerous territory. These are historic times for our country. It's more important than ever that all y'all who never paid attention to, I don't know, that were Googling after the election all these things that you didn't know anything about, that you don't know anything about tariffs, so you voted for Trump? You couldn't Google tariffs to see how that's going to raise our food prices? And if that Musk dude, the guy with no t-shirt, ill-fitting t-shirts, if he is going to cut, and Republicans still want to give rich people a major tax cut, who's going to pay all the bills? And I'll just say this, my Social Security, I put that money in to the fund. I paid for that. I paid for that money. That's my money. That's not Elon Musk's money. It's not his mother's money, his loudmouth mother's money either. So how they're going to balance all these budgets and do all of this without, I don't know, causing higher grocery prices and destroying our farmers, because that's what tariffs do to our farmers. And if we don't have anybody to pick the crops because they're putting people in cages, and they're doing that. So all you dudes, especially you that keeps messaging me on TikTok and YouTube, Latinos for Trump, wait, I don't know if you've got any relatives, probably not. They probably disowned you. See how much pain you're going to be in, unless you don't care about children being ripped from the arms of their moms, which you probably do. All right, I digress. Gloria Moraga, political woman. Please subscribe. I'll be here, going to LA, but I'm going to post on the road. I'm going to post from the road, from the highways and byways of California. Please subscribe. Please be safe. Try to keep a sense of humor. It's the only thing that keeps me going. My sense of frickin' humor. I'm trying to find the stop button.